the property was found, but we realised it was owned by a Jewish family who had a large portfolio of properties all across Melbourne. We were engaged with the son and talking about us buying the property. In talking to him about it, I very honestly said we needed to have a conditional contract, conditional on finance and conditional on town planning approval. He said they've never done a conditional contract in the life of the firm, which was then 30 years old. I said, well, I'm sorry, we can't proceed. He thought I was sort of calling his bluff, but I wasn't. So he asked us to leave the room for 30 minutes. We came back in and his comment to me, looking in my eyes, was, I have no idea, Peter, why I'm about to say this, but we will do a conditional contract with you. And at that point, I didn't know whether to rejoice or to cry. Clearly the Lord had opened up the door, but now it meant we had to go into all the hard work of raising money and employing builders and actually making it all come to pass.
I was speaking with Andy Gorrie at the time, and I said, okay, so how much is it to get the speakers that we need to do that? And he gave whatever the figure was at the time. And like most people who aren't involved in the sound equipment and buying of equipment, everybody takes a deep gulp at that. You go, how much? For speakers? Really? Anyway, we said, well, that's crazy that people can't get that sort of sound. So it was just put out a couple of emails out to some other people in the church to say, hey guys, you want to come on the journey with me that we can raise the money to get these speakers? And I think that was raising the money for that was done in a matter of a week or 2 weeks maximum. We had the money, we were able to just drop the check in the church and say, okay, go and get what it is that you need so that we have the sound and people have the comfort of that. And it was a similar story with the chairs. Just going to people and the generosity and the heart of the people in the church that say, yeah, we want to be part of helping this place be home.
Kids' church was always quite small, but to see the size and hear from Mum, like the amount of kids she takes in a weekend, that's crazy. I didn't think that was ever. Well, I couldn't imagine it now. It's crazy to think that, how small it was to how much they're struggling for space still now, because it's still getting bigger.
I remember when we got the stage in at youth. Before that, you just had a rough time if you were standing next to the drums. And when we got that stage put in, that was so exciting to have a youth space that was our own, and actually having that stage just made it feel like a real church service.
And having the ability to play up on stage with people in the youth that I was good friends with, and to learn and to express creativity and worship and stuff, that was an awesome experience to sort of grow. And I don't think I could have done that if we had been stuck in some smaller room. So having a place like this really helped grow.
I think the sense of family and the culture here was something that was really unique and something that we hadn't really experienced in the measure.
Being here, it's like more than a second home.
The first time we walked into Stairway, we knew it was home.
I think when you're a little kid, anything new is exciting. And I think hearing bigger building was always like, whoo, sweet.
It's just crazy to think 10 years isn't that long a time. It kind of is, but to go from there to here is just mind-blowing.